Thanks, Scarlett. And joining me today from Chicago is Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. And Scott, happy Friday to you, and thanks for taking the time to join us. And so,
happy Friday.
Scott, happy Friday to you too. And so, something that's really puzzling me right now is we've had months, weeks of volatility on the possibility of a trade war. Now we have an actual trade war, maybe a small one, a spat at this point. But why are investors buying that?
Well, I think that there were no surprises. Everything that happened this morning is kind of what has been, dictated ahead of time here. So what we did to China and they kind of retaliated back, that's what the market was expecting. So the market doesn't like uncertainty, albeit bad news. The market doesn't like uncertainty. If we would have seen a bigger number come out on either side today, either from the United States or China, that may have rattled the markets a little bit. So the market is just really taking that in stride. And then they focused on the jobs number this morning in the economy, which was a fantastic number. So all that, kind of all in here, we had really the perfect storm of buy the rumor, in this case, it was sell the rumor, buy the news on the tariff talk, and then great economic numbers. And that's why we're seeing the market up today.
Yeah, it's such interesting action. So say it's interesting. I like your interpretation there that because there weren't any surprises, that is why investors are actually buying this news, which is so puzzling in some ways. But to what degree does it have to intensify to the point that perhaps it would cause markets to see the volatility that we had earlier this year or some sort of sell-off?
I actually think if we see some news starting to come out of the EU regarding, intensified trade or tariff talk, not necessarily just out of China, I think that's, may be the next thing that could add some volatility, add some speculation into the marketplace. I think that the market is building in a certain level of what is still yet to come with China. But if it really starts expanding, if we get, let's call it a tariff contagion, even though we know it's out there, that's what I think is the one thing that could really rattle the markets.
And very quickly, before your trade, next week we start earnings season. In 30 seconds or less, what do you think about earnings season? Positive for the markets?
Yeah, I do think it's positive, but we'll have to see how positive. There's high expectations again. We'll see what happens. Last quarter, we had high expectations. Those expectations were met, but the market didn't really, move substantially higher on that at all.
And now on your trade, biotech's ripping higher today. Your trade is on Celgene. Talk us through it, please.
It is, and I actually like this even before the biotech news today. But over the last couple of weeks, the short interest in Celgene has really come down. There's been high volume to the upside here. Technically, we just blew right through the 50-day moving average. I like buying the August 3rd weekly expiration 85.90 call spread. It can be done at this point now for a little over $1. I love the reward to risk. I love the fact that there's momentum behind this stock now with conviction. Not just an upward move on low volume, actually very high volume.
Scott.
Technically.
Appreciate your time.
Happy
Friday. Scott Bauer, thank you. Taylor, back to you.